What is going on, YouTube? This is Smiz, and I'm coming at you live right now from some random parking lot with my 2018 440. I hope everyone's having a great day. If you're not, I hope this video somehow helps to make it better. But today, this is actually gonna be my first YouTube video. I've been meaning to make content on my car for a minute, but I was waiting for some more mods to come in and to build the car out a little bit more before I started, but I figured now is the best time. So today, I'm gonna be doing sort of a build breakdown / mod list of everything I have on the car. I purchased the car back in August of 2024, so it's been just under a year, maybe like a little over half a year since I've gotten the car. And yeah, so basically I'm just gonna walk through the exterior mods, interior, performance, why I did some of the mods, why I didn't do some other mods, and hopefully this helps you if you're looking into getting a 440 or if you have one and you're looking to do something similar to what I have. But as I said, this is my first video ever, so I would really appreciate if you guys could like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see more of. Let me know things that I'm doing that you don't like. Let me know things that I'm doing that you do like. And yeah, I'll try to make the best content I can. And this is just the beginning of the journey. So with that being said, we can start with the exterior of the car. So like I said, this is a 2018 440i xDrive, finished in mineral gray metallic paint. This was the color that I really wanted, and it took me a while to find one in good condition because out of all the color options that were available, this was the one that stood out the most to me. Just the paint itself has like a little bit of a blue hue and tint, and I just really like how it stands out, especially in different lighting. So for me, this was like the exact option I wanted to get. The only thing I couldn't get that I really wanted was the red interior, but we'll get to that in the interior section. So like I said, the car is finished in mineral gray metallic. For the exterior mods, the first thing that most people are gonna notice is the front lip. Now I will say for these cars, it's really difficult to get a front lip that looks good, that's carbon one piece. The first lip I ever bought on this car blew up in about 2 days because I bought some cheap eBay lip that was plastic, like hydro dipped carbon. And I bolted it to the bumper and it blew up in like 2 days. So it is really hard to find like a solid one piece carbon lip. But this one I've had for just over 3 months and it's holding up pretty good. It is like a bit on the larger side, so it catches a lot more wind than most lips. The only issue I had was I hit a dead raccoon. So you can see there's a little bit of a crack there. But besides that, it's held up pretty solid. And I haven't had any issues with it at all. And I think it makes the car look way better than what it does without the lip. It completely transforms your front end. And I definitely recommend it as like one of the first mods you should do to any car. But besides that, the other part is going to be the carbon grills here. So before these, I had a pair of fake carbon grills and the pattern of the carbon just didn't match that of the lip. So it looked kind of goofy. But one of my boys hooked me up with these carbon grills. These are real and it makes the car look way better. They're super solid, super sturdy. Haven't had any issues with them. There's like a few rock chips coming in, but I mean, that's to be expected with the front grill. But yeah, one of the first things I did also to the car just to match the rest of the carbon that's on the car. Next is gonna be these carbon eyelets here. These are real carbon, they're super thin, but I actually got these off Amazon for like 40 bucks. And it makes the front and the shape of the headlights just look way better because the carbon blends into the mineral gray paint really well when you're kind of far away. So I really just think it changed up the front end, made it a lot more aggressive, which is what I was going for. You'll notice on this build that I didn't really do anything too crazy because I want to keep it OEM plus. I don't want to have this car looking, you know, too riced out or anything like that. So for me, this is like the perfect balance of what I can do. Next thing is going to be these right here. These are the yellow DRLs, lemon yellow. This was like one of the first things I did because I always wanted to have the yellow DRLs. Every time you see the M cars flying by and you just see the yellow halos or the yellow angel eyes and they just look crazy, that was the first thing I wanted to do, just to switch up the front end. I actually got these sponsored by Horizon Motorsports, so I'll leave my discount code in the description of the video, so you can get a discount on these if you want them. But I haven't had any issues with them at all. I got the car in like August, and I think I put these in literally in September. And I haven't had any issues. They're not dimming at all. And then in Beamer code, I turned the brightness up to be 100% when the car's on. So it looks really cool during the daytime, and at night, obviously. Sometimes you gotta just go DRLs only if you got a BMW, you know, just to flex the DRLs for the one time. So that's pretty much it for the front end. I don't think I'm missing anything. So we could walk around now to the other side of the car. Exterior here, first thing is gonna be these carbon mirror caps. These are not the M style. That's probably the next thing I'm gonna do. These are just regular carbon fiber mirror caps. The M style ones look way better. So I'm gonna switch those out next. We also have down here carbon fiber fender vents. Pretty much everything I could turn carbon into this car, I turned carbon. So these just, you know, help accessorize the fender vents a little bit, make it a little bit more aggressive. And if I back up here, you'll be able to see the wheels. So for these are not the stock wheels that come on the 440. These are actually the 437Ms, which you can get up, which I got off of an M4. And they're also powder coated black. And then the caliper is just painted like a silver whitish color. I really do like these wheels. They definitely help change it up, but I'm kind of over the whole black wheel thing. That was like a phase, and I feel like chrome is the way to go now. So stay tuned on the wheels. They're definitely going to be changed soon. Hopefully with this wind you guys can hear me, because it's like a hurricane out here. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so these are how the wheels look. I'm really a fan of the spoke design. It looks way better than the ones that you get regularly on the 440. And since we're already here, you'll notice that the car is definitely lowered. So right now I'm running KWVT V2 coilovers for my suspension setup. This is like the best option for me. Prior to this, I had H&R lowering springs, and the H&R springs were cool, but the ride quality was kind of bad. They blew out my struts completely, so my whole suspension ended up getting cooked off of them. So if you can, I would definitely recommend saving up for KWV2s or even BC Racing coilovers. You're gonna have a way better time. I chose the V2s just because it gives me the option to control the dampering as well as the height. So I've got, you know, pretty decent fitment in the front. You could probably fit like, you know, a finger under there. Nothing too crazy. I'm not slammed by any means, but I'm not having any rubbing issues. And same in the rear. With the springs, the rear fitment was a lot worse than the front. But even with the rear, you know, you can get like a finger under there. It's nothing too crazy. But just the ride quality difference from when I switched from the H&R springs to the KWV2s was like night and day. Like very limited body roll, amazing handling, amazing ride quality. Like when I would go over potholes with the springs, I feel like I broke something in the car. It was not a good feeling. So with this, I have a lot more peace of mind. Everything comes out way better when I'm driving. So definitely recommend this for your suspension setup. It was pricey, I'm not gonna lie, but if you can, definitely save up for it, because with the springs, if you wanna, you know, replace your struts and get new springs, you're gonna have to spend close to that amount of money anyways, so it's definitely worth it. But coming around to the back of the car now, we can talk about some of the exterior mods I have here. First thing is gonna be the spoiler. So I believe this is the PSM M4 style spoiler, kind of like a high kick. I don't know if I'm really the biggest fan of it anymore. Like I was a fan of the high kick spoiler at first, but I might go for like more of a low profile style. You guys let me know what you think looks better, but I don't know. I'm kind of not feeling it anymore. But this is also real carbon. All the carbon on the car is real. And then we can move over to my diffuser. Same thing with the diffuser. I'm really a fan of this. It's kind of hard to find good looking diffusers for this car. But for me, I like the style. Like it's kind of blends in with the paint. So it kind of looks paint matched from some angles, depending on the lighting. But for me, I'm really a big fan of this diffuser. And yeah, no complaints really about that. The only thing that I'm thinking about doing is switching to a quad exit exhaust. If that was the case, I'd probably need either an M4 bumper or I need a custom, I need like a custom diffuser to fit the exhaust pipes. But for me, I think this is like one of the best options you can get for the 440. Same thing down here, M-style, carbon fiber, exhaust tips, nothing too crazy there. I feel like everyone kind of has the same stuff. Yeah, black badging for the 440. I took the xDrive badge off. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the exterior mods. I don't think I'm missing anything. So now we can transition over to interior real quick. For the interior, isn't anything super special. Like I mentioned earlier, I just have the regular black leather seats. The car's optioned pretty well with the seats as well as the heads-up display, which I'm a big fan of. I guess some people aren't from what I've talked to, but I really like this. The only real mods that I have on the interior are the carbon fiber paddle shifters right here. Clicky ones, which I really wanted. I've got the fake M1 and M2 buttons right here. And then this is actually a wrapped steering wheel. So shout out to my boy Lucas who stitched this for me. I did not want to pay $600 for an Alcantara steering wheel. I bought this wrap, real Alcantara wrap on Amazon for like 50 bucks. And he stitched it up for me, completely transformed the interior, made it 10 times better. So again, shout out to him for helping me out with that. And that's pretty much it for the interior. We can move on to performance modifications. For performance mods, there isn't really anything too crazy I've done yet. I kind of focused more on the aesthetic stuff. I know the B58 is obviously wildly popular for tuning. Super easy to tune, just get MHD or BM3, slap a stage 2, a downpipe on it, and it'll just go. I saved that for last just because I wanted to enjoy the car, just for how it comes a little bit more before I move on to tuning it. Prior to this, I drove a 3-cylinder Mini. So for me, when I jumped into this car, it was plenty quick, how it comes stock. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. So I didn't want to rush into just tuning the car and then, you know, going crazy with stage 2 and not to get a chance to enjoy how it is stock. But for performance, I do have an RK Tunes front mount intake right here. This thing sounds insane from the outside. From the inside, you can't really hear it too well just because, you know, it's on the front grille. But I will throw some sound clips in right after this and just show you guys what it sounds like from the outside. It sounds crazy. Yeah, everything else in the engine bay is pretty much stock. Stock charge pipe, stock turbo, stock downpipe. I will be trying to get a downpipe soon. Don't really want to do catless just because I drive the car every day. I'm not really a fan of the smell, but I am a fan of the sound of catless where you get a lot more turbo spool. So still having that internal debate with myself, but I will be getting a downpipe soon. Charge pipe is still stock, a little plastic, definitely needs to be changed out once I tune the car. But yeah, everything else in here is pretty much stock. The last performance style modification, I guess you would call it, is just going to be my exhaust. So I do have the stock exhaust on the car. The only thing I did was cut off both of the resonators. The B58 on the 440 is really quiet with the stock exhaust. And I feel like it was a really cheap way just to achieve a little bit more sound. In my opinion, the car is still pretty quiet. I'll throw some exhaust clips in here so you can hear it for yourself. But this definitely woke it up to be a lot more loud than what it was before. Really gonna do for the exhaust is, like I mentioned, the downpipe. I might try to get a full catback exhaust for the car. And then next thing is really just gonna be tuning. For me, like, this car looks exactly the way that I want it to. The only other thing that I really wanna add is just some side skirts, carbon of course, and just start going for performance modifications, because right now the way the car sits, height-wise, aesthetic-wise, it's pretty much everything that I wanted. And then, like I mentioned, getting some chrome wheels I think would just help complete it. And when I do that, I'll probably lower the car just a slight bit, just so I get some like insane fitment on it. But yeah, I think I love how the car is. I haven't really had any issues with it, luckily. The only thing that really was a problem, I guess, was just my coolant. Sometimes my coolant disappears, sometimes it stays. But I mean, that's just BMW problems in general, no matter what car you get, because of all the plastic housing that they have everything in. So yeah, I mean, for me, like, everything is exactly the way I wanted it to be. So I'm really happy with how everything came out. Drives amazing, sounds really good, will sound better once I'm tuned, of course. But for, you know, straight out the factory, all I did was really just cut a couple bits of metal pipe off and add an intake, and it sounds incredible. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this build, breakdown / walk around of the car. Like I mentioned, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna try to be really consistent. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know if there's anything I'm doing that you don't like. And yeah, just gonna try to grow this channel out as best I can. And I really appreciate everyone who watched. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.